Okay, today we've got a different kind of adventure. We had originally planned on going backpacking in southern Utah. We wanted to go down to Coyote Gulch. However, I got scheduled overtime this weekend and was unable to do it. Fortunately now though, the boys are out of school and so we can do some more family adventures. We've come up into Cache Valley by Logan, Utah to Blacksmith Fork Canyon, and off of Blacksmith Fork Canyon we're in Left Hand Fork. And there's a nice little stream here that's full of little brook trout that we're gonna go and try to catch. Also, in the morning we have a little adventure off to Old Ephraim's grave. Old Ephraim was the last known grizzly bear in this area. Not just any grizzly bear, he was a giant grizzly bear, over 9 feet tall. And after we check out Old Ephraim's grave, we're gonna go up to some wind caves that are formed up in Logan Canyon. So stay tuned for all of that as we hang out here. And what we've decided to do today is kind of a mix of overlanding and backpacking. So over the winter we got a bunch of brand new backpacking equipment, super light stuff. What we had been doing was by no means heavy, just traditional backpacking, and we've tried to go to a super light setup with down quilts and ultralight backpacks, actually from a company here in Logan itself. They customized them for us, which is pretty cool. Mine's got Land of the Free on it, and Luke's has Cleveland Browns on it. So that's been fun, but we're testing out that new equipment tonight as we drove up in the Jeep. But we did obviously bring a giant tent and all of our camera gear. But that's probably about it, besides maybe fishing gear. But we take fishing gear when we go backpacking to places that obviously have fish. And so hopefully today's a good test run with the new gear, and we'll hopefully have a good time. Here we go, first little brook trout of the day. Just a small little guy, but that's how they are. Brook trout, I think, are the prettiest of all the trouts.
I just caught that monster.
What do you think of that, doggy? This one's a little bit bigger. Pretty fish. Now, some people are overland chefs, and that's great. My kids, however, just love the Mountain House meals, so that's what we're doing for dinner.
My favorite.
Chicken teriyaki, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't choose my favorite. I like chicken teriyaki and lasagna.
Oh, yeah.
I like beef stroganoff with noodles and the spaghetti. It's amazing.
So,
try them out.
It's quick, it's easy,
and it's yummy.
They're filling, so
very filling. It's more food than you could get at Costa Vida.
someday we'll be overland chefs, but today, just Mountain House.
Yep, yummy food. Try them.
Let's say we had a pretty good night here in Left Hand Fork. As always, it's a great place. Shaded a lot of the day. Large trees, as you can see. The nice little stream. And pretty good fishing. They're not big fish, but they're still fun to catch. There is one giant glaring problem with Left Hand Fork, and people need to be better, but the Forest Service could really do their part in making this a better place. And the problem we've got here is people leave their stuff around. So, motorhome in the background, they weren't here last night. The rules here in Forest Service land are the following. You have to stay in your camp the first night, and then you have to visit your camp in any given, once every 24 hours after the first night, and you can only stay in one place for 14 days. So we haven't been here for 24 hours. We can't guarantee that the people in that motorhome are breaking the rules, but I'm certain the way that people do things here, that motorhome's going to stay here all summer long, and they're going to reserve this campsite for themselves. And these are not reserved sites, they are first come, first serve. I suggested to the Forest Service that they come around with some blue painter tape and put it across either zippers on people's tents or across the doors of motorhomes, mark the date and time, and then they could come back even a couple days later. And if that tape is gone, then clearly somebody's been here. If it's still there, then people haven't been back in the 24-hour period. They're just leaving their crap and ruining this awesome campground for other people that would like to come and experience it. And then it'd be easy enough to contract with a towing service company to come up here and tow these motorhomes out of the way. We were in this campground last year, and there were 2 campers and a RZR that was here for I think we stayed 3 nights in our fifth wheel and never saw anybody there. And the Forest Service knew that those had been there for a couple months and hadn't done anything about it. So people need to be better, respect other people, but it would be nice if the Forest Service would enforce it. Anyways, you get a chance, come check out Left Hand Fork. Unfortunately, I do suspect you would end up with passing a lot of campgrounds that have been reserved by either tents that are set up or trailers that have been left here for long periods of time. But off we go to check out Old Ephraim's grave and up to the Wind Caves in Logan Canyon. Okay, there we were on our way to Old Faithful's grave, or monument really, and we came up to a gate with a lock on it. The road is closed. Now, we're not the only ones that have had this problem. As you can see here, there's been some illegal activity as people have driven past and around this gate. Yes, we could make it, but no, we're not going to do that. So, fortunately, and another thing I want to talk about is that we have Gaia GPS, so we're not sponsored or anything, way too small for any of that, but last year when we came up here with our fifth wheel, I wanted to come up and see Old Ephraim's monument, and we didn't know the way. This year, I've got Gaia and got downloaded maps offline. We have no cell service right here, but I'm able to, at home, I was able to make a route on their app from our campsite to the monument. We were following that when we came across this closed gate. But now we've got to reroute. So once again, I'm able to access that offline and find a reroute. Hopefully it works. It looked like there were some smaller roads, and I'm not sure that those are quite gonna be open or adequate. Maybe they're trails. We can't quite tell with the resolution of the map we downloaded. But we'll go check it out. So the adventure continues. All right, we've got some really bad news here. We've been having some steering issues. The steering has felt loose, and I'd been looking at the steering linkage thinking it was acting up, but turns out our track bar has come unbolted and the bolt is gone from the axle. So it's bolted to the frame up top, but not bolted to the axle down below. So we're gonna have to limp back to somewhere that we can get cell service, and maybe all the way back to get a bolt somewhere up in Logan. So change in plans for now. We'll see where this takes us. Well, as we continue this adventure, this is what we've decided to do. We're gonna have to scratch old Ephraim's monument, and that's now the second time that I've wanted to go see it and can't do it. But I think we can recreate that pretty easily and come and do this very similar adventure again. We're just gonna limp our way back to Logan, probably find a Napa. They have the bolts, bolt bins, and tools that we could use. And then on the way there, we can still make the wind caves. So we're gonna take it slow on the road and hit the wind caves on our way back to Logan. So the adventure continues, just a little bit different. Okay, so off we go to see the wind caves. We've, as I mentioned before, we're taking our backpacks with us, kind of geared up with all of our new backpacking gear, just to test it out. So the wind caves were interesting. I had guessed erroneously that they were formed by the wind, but apparently they were formed underground many years ago through water erosion and like underground aqueducts. So the trail is about 1.25 miles long uphill, 900 feet elevation gain, and should be a good little test to see how heavy our packs are and if there's something we need to change in those. Plus, obviously, check out these cool caves.
Poop! Don't get really close to it.
How's the hike been?
Torture. Hard.
Pretty easy, huh?
Yeah, pretty easy. Like, it's only 5 miles when it said that was 1.4. Yeah.
1.25.
1.25. Whatever crap. It was like 125.
Okay, well, we've made it. This is the wind cave. I think it seems pretty cool. It was a hot hike. It's probably 90 degrees. And so you can hear the dog panting in the back. He's he's feeling the heat. But I'd recommend doing it on a cooler morning and make the hike up. It's a pretty neat little place. Bring a picnic up, check it out.
So we're just gonna do a little bit of fishing, and everybody's gonna say their favorite lure, and then we're gonna try to catch some fish.
Okay, my favorite lure is the Mepps brown trout lure. Luke, what's your favorite lure?
Don't really have one.
Tell us your favorite lure is a Mepps Gold.
Huh?
Mepps Gold. Puppies, what's your favorite lure? Okay, Levi, what's yours?
My favorite lure is a green, yellow, and orange one, and I forgot what it's called, but I know it's a Mepps, and it has caught me the most fish and also caught my first fish, so that is why it's my favorite. Any luck, Luke? No, not so far. I do have some chasing me. Oh gosh, I see some fish. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they're literally just right there. Gonna get one, I bet. Let's do it for the video. Yeah, those fish aren't dumb, because this is the spot that everybody goes to. So they've seen basically every type of lure. So since we don't have much time, we're just fishing here for fun.
As always, get out and enjoy the land of the free.